Sorry.
Hey, he just like fucking grew. Like
you guys. Come on. All right. All right, we are live. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Why is this off? All right, anyways, we are live doing some Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2019 preview predictions, but J-Bone is not alone this evening. No. Let me talk to you. We got someone from the bodega. Introduce yourself, Mr. Michael Larkin.
How's everybody doing? This is Mike Larkin of the Bodega Wrestling Podcast, Stephen Mike's show, and the host of the new Lingerie Fighting Championship Beauty, Strength, and Dominance podcast. Just a podcast that loves what he's doing, and now I'm talking to you, J-Bone, and Mr. Andre Corbeil, so happy to be here.
Awesome. Glad you could make it. And we also have someone from the, let's say, the proprietor of Wrestling with Wrestling.com from up there, hey, in Canada, Mr. Andre Corbeil.
glad to be here, J-Bone. All the fans tuning in can check out this beautiful podcast a second time, if you think it's that good, at Wrestling. Cheap plug. Glad to be here, gentlemen, as we break down the anniversary show for Impact Wrestling in Dallas, Texas, Slammiversary. My favorite pay-per-view of the year from this company.
Oh, yeah, this is number, what is this, 17?
17.
Indeed.
Holy crap. It's the company that they cannot kill. Every year, someone's like, oh, it's getting bought. Oh, it's getting destroyed. Oh, they lost their TV. Oh, they're done and gone. No.
I will say that has really died down since new management took over.
It has. It has. And it has to do with the love and respect that everyone that's working there that loves the company. The morale is different. Now, it's not perfect, and it's not going to be perfect anywhere by any means, but it certainly has improved over the last 2 years with this new regime, if you want to say. We got some batters in there. What is up, everyone? And please don't be pissed off if I don't notice all you guys. I'm going to try to keep the conversation with my guests here because we're on a bit of a time frame here. So we're going to jump right into this. After a quick conversation, I want to ask you guys with the room about a certain network picking up Impact Wrestling, that'd be Access TV. Voices of Wrestling confirmed it, but Access TV nor Impact Wrestling has confirmed it yet. We hope it's true. What are your guys' thoughts on this real quick before we jump into these predictions?
Do you want me to take this first?
Don't fight over it, whoever.
You go first, Andre. I'll go after Andre.
Well, it's no secret that Anthem Sports Entertainment are a partial owner of the Pursuit Network, giving Impact Wrestling the ability to do what they're doing up in Canada here. Now, as a viewer in Canada of Impact Wrestling, I can not only view it on the Fight Network, I can also catch it on Game TV as well here in Canada, and that's another nationwide network. So, being as it may, Impact Wrestling has the freedom to be featured on a second network, and there's been lots of speculation for months now. And Access TV, hey, that's a pretty good place. Now, I was hoping for CBS, guys, but I was thinking big. I was dreaming big.
For me,
But that's never a bad thing, yeah.
For me, I look at it like Access TV. I get Access TV on Sling TV. New Japan's on there. WoW Women of Wrestling are just moving to Saturdays there, and you see a lot of Impact talent of Women of Wrestling. Sassy Massey, Alicia Edwards is going to be on that show. Tessa Blanchard is the WoW champion. Jessica Havoc, Fire, who is Kiara Hogan. The former Diamante, Angel Rose, is now going to be Adrenaline on that show. So you see a lot of former and current Impact stars on there. So I'm looking forward to it. I've watched both of those shows on Access. It's also a lot of, music and concerts on that show. So there's a nice little blend. So I think it's going to be pretty cool.
You guys are so lucky to get to check out WoW. I've still yet to catch one episode of the damn program. So,
no, Andre, you got to check it out. They've done a nice build. You get to see old favorites like Jungle Girl are on there, and a lot of new talents as well, like Cobra Moon, who was on Lucha Underground's there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, my current favorite on there, I think, is the up-and-coming Beast.
Oh, the Beast is amazing.
She is crazy. She's a wild one. Well, between her and Tessa Blanchard, kind of leading the way in this new
era.
Yep. And you can say new era in WoW Women of Wrestling. It's quite the show. For anyone who misses Lucha Underground, we'll definitely pick this up as a new favorite, even though it is all women, but it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, like DDP would say. All right, let's jump into this Slammiversary 2019 preview and predictions, guys. We're going to stop at the bottom and go right to the top. We're going to talk about a Mr. Killer Kross versus Eddie Edwards. Andre, why don't you kick this one off with your thoughts on this one? And
I think this is a great way to start the pay-per-view hot. You need to deliver right from first opening bell, and I think these two will deliver. Now I think there's going to be a good story told within this match because both have the ability to push the psychology factor. Now, I think the company desperately needs to keep Killer Kross happy for the time being. So for that simple reason alone, Eddie Edwards, former Impact Wrestling World Heavy Triple Crown champion, and I don't think he needs the win. I think Killer Kross, just to appease him, is going to get the win.
I'm interested as well. This is like a rubber match between the two because Eddie got the win, Killer Kross got the win, Killer Kross got the win, then killed Kenny, you bastard. And then we got towards the hardcore match with Sandman getting the 2.0, Kenny 2.0. So I'm intrigued. Waterboard. So I'm looking forward to seeing what
that was sick.
It was. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we have between those two. And I'm going to go with Andre. I'm going to say Killer Kross gets the win. Now, we don't know what's going on with Killer Kross. Is he going to stay or is he going to go? We know Scarlett's out the door, but I'm interested and I'm intrigued. I think where we're going to see an impact is awesome. There's Andre waterboarding. So I too go with Killer Kross, J-Bone.
I don't think it picked you up, Andre, but damn, that was funny from my point of view.
Nobody could see that?
No, because you did it while Mike was talking, so it didn't pick up your camera.
Sandman.
Shut up.
The moment is past.
Was that milk?
Yes, I have milk in the studio. Milk, coffee, laundry detergent.
No, Andre, don't chew on the Tide Pods like them young bucks. Don't do that. And I don't mean young bucks as in the tag team.
I'm currently in the process of moving everybody, so I actually have the studio packed up. Had to literally pull the background up here to the kitchen, so I'm doing it in the kitchen. Just in case you're wondering, why the hell does he have milk in the studio?
Hey, milk, it does the body good, not judging. You want to drink milk during this preview and predictions? I'm
sorry, guys.
Not judging, Andre.
Not judging.
I pulled us right off the freeway there.
I'm not judging. All right. So, all right. And for my pick, you know what? I got to agree, guys. I feel like, in controversy aside, with all the talk of Killer Kross news as far as contract, wanting his release, all that aside, I feel like Killer Kross needs a win here. And he deserves one too. I mean, Eddie's Eddie's not going to lose anything. He's not going to lose any fans last year and a half, starting with the baseball bat incident with Sami Callihan, and it's just snowballed from there. But I feel like Killer Kross is bringing a whole new dimension to his character here. So to help out, I would say he's going to win this one.
So we're all 1 for 1 on the first prediction.
1 for 1
at Slammiversary.
It sounds like it. Yeah, it sounds like it. All right, next we've got something that's been talked about a lot and even more controversial. Oh, excuse me. Damn cucumbers. We got an intergender match. Sucks being on a diet, guys. You burp for all the wrong reasons. We got Sami Callihan versus Tessa Blanchard in what I think has the potential here to be match of the evening. Oh yeah, I'm going there. I'm going there with this one because I know how talented. Well, think about this. Okay. I'm going to kick this one off, so just bear with me here. Look at who was Impact Wrestling Wrestler of the Year last. Look at who had Match of the Year. Now Pentagon's gone, unfortunately, and I mean unfortunately, because love those guys as a part of this brand, the Lucha Brothers. On social media, eyes on the product and the talent that he has put forth. Now, and you put, I would say, who is now? There would be some argument as far as what's that?
The best female wrestler in the world.
Yeah, some would say that. Yeah, absolutely. She's definitely somewhere in the top 5 of my list.
And the thing is, Jay, there's nobody hungrier. Eyes are the window of the soul, fans. And you look into that woman's eyes, she wants to be the best more than anything.
Yeah, and I think she's got the confidence and the hunger to help carry this brand, along with being on Wow Women of Wrestling.
Hence why the Gail Kim torch was passed to Tessa.
Yes, and the babyface turn to help elevate her even more, and yeah, it all makes sense. So you put these two, who are very hungry and driven people in this company, and put them in something as intergender wrestling. It's all over the indies, and some love it, some hate it. I feel like it has to be done well. I feel like if you're gonna do it, it deserves a story. You know what I mean? And this is a very good story in my opinion. Mike, your thoughts on this match, and then I'll let you guys talk about it, and then I'll give my pick.
Okay. So for this match, and I'll be with you, J-Bone and Andre, I've watched Tessa Blanchard. I'll be honest with you. I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I remember seeing one of her first matches here in South Carolina. Was actually 10 minutes from my house at an indie show. So I've always seen the talent. I enjoyed her match against Kairi Sane in the inaugural Mae Young Classic. She's had potential, and ever since her rise in Impact and just all over the place, she's absolutely amazing. You can tell the hunger, like Andre alluded to there. As far as this match goes, man, I look at intergender wrestling. Look at what we had in the 80s when Andy Kaufman was the intergender champion of the world. Then we go into, what we have now with the Lucha Undergrounds and Triple A's just dominating intergender wrestling. Personally, I think it's cool. I think the story's been told well. Sami Callihan hitting Tessa Blanchard in the stomach. Wrong move, bitch, followed by a little cactus special. Spike pile driver. I've been enjoying the build to this story, but I think in the end here, we got to give it to the undeniable Tessa Blanchard in this one. I'm going to go with Tessa. So I could just say I'm very looking forward to it much, and just, that's all I could say. I think the story has been told well.
Go ahead.
See, guys, this is where I worry. I'm not against intergender wrestling at all. I do great viewership, and it's fun calling the matches. Mm-hmm. So that's not where I'm leading or leaning within my opinion here, but J-Bone said it. Star of the Year last year. Impact Wrestling Performer of the Year, Sami Callihan. The best heel in not only Impact Wrestling, but let's be honest, probably the wrestling business. Now, some would say that Tonga over in New Japan is the best heel, but I truly think that it's Sami Callihan. And how long do these intergender runs need to last for? It seemed like before Scarlett Bordeaux's departure from the company that her intergender run was going to continue and going to continue. And Tessa, and for the better part, even Jordan Grace have picked up where Scarlett left off. I just don't think these should be long runs. I think she's had some impressive wins already in intergender matches, and I don't want to see Sami Callihan have to put over Tessa Blanchard, my favorite women's wrestler in the world. So I'm not even attacking her on a possible win. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it unless Sami Callihan gets the win, edging out Tessa Blanchard. They could still make Tessa look extremely strong and credible as she is, and maybe have somebody from OVE get involved or something to even add that extra layer of protecting her. But I don't want to see Tessa Blanchard go over Sami Callihan. I think it's about time he start competing in the heavyweight championship division. He's that valuable to the company.
You know what? I honestly gotta agree with you on this one, Andre, because for the longest time, and I know a lot of people are saying they're assuming, and you should never assume in the professional wrestling. I've said that a million times too. I think a lot of people are assuming that Tessa's going to win. And trust me, there are parts of me that want her win. Parts? There is a part of me. My elbow wants her to win. I don't know what the hell it is. There's a part of me that does want us to go over there because it's a story that's being told ever since her win against Gail Kim. It's like it's a rise in her character. It's a babyface turn. It's all that stuff. But honestly, I feel like there's something looming underneath all this. And it is going to happen, but I'm saying there's a damn good possibility of it. So first and foremost, I'm going to say that Callihan wins this one. I mean, and then I could be whatever. That's fine. Right or wrong, it's not going to like make me love or hate this match any more, any less. Because I've been wrong a billion times. But I'm picking Callihan. And to add on to that, I've got a feeling. OVE's been growing lately. I think it's time for OVE to bring in someone new to the family. WoW women wrestling as well. On WoW, she's known as she's known as Hazard. But in the independent professional wrestling world, she's known as Novea, which I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, that's Jay Chris.
And I know she's Jay Chris. Yeah. Is that his wife? Okay. And I always forget which brother, so I didn't want to say which. But yeah, I have a feeling she may come into the fold, and it would really build. Number one, it would help build the Knockouts brand, and number two, it would be a brand new, and it'd be a great segue from the intergender stuff back into the Knockouts thing if Sami brings in someone new. So I'm not saying it has to happen. I'm not saying it is going to happen. I just have a feeling it'd be a great exclamation point.
And with
to the
Impact
end of
Wrestling
all this intergender
inserting
stuff.
havoc in the James Mitchell faction, I think they really missed the boat on the perfect addition to OVE. I really think that was a miss by Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, I hear you there. I mean, I think she would have been the perfect, insert her right in there. But I have a feeling. I mean, I think I like her in the Undead Realm storyline as well. I think just the way she acts in all this, her mannerisms, her facial expressions. She's I'd say link up with Su Yung, because Su Young's character is incredible as well. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But nonetheless, I think Callihan's going to take the win here, but it ain't going to take anything away from Tessa if she takes a loss.
Strong. She'll look strong
because she's got that capability. Yeah. All right, next we got LAX, who are the tag team champs of Impact Wrestling, versus the Rascalz. Now, I saw here on Wikipedia who the two are, and I'm not going to give any spoilers away. We're going to find that out this coming Friday night when we have a three-way between all three Rascalz as far as who's going to be in the ring with LAX, which two out of the three, and who's going to be at ringside.
I wanted to mention something, guys. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem.
They say in the Slammiversary promo that a new star or new stars will be made. That obviously, looking at the card, factors into this match here, because Michael Elgin is already an international star, so on and so forth. So I think with LAX possibly, maybe leaving Impact Wrestling soon, I think that this is what they were hinting or alluding to in the Slammiversary promo. Sorry, Jay Bowden, go ahead, continue.
Oh no, that makes sense, and yeah, I've noticed that in the promo. So it's like, okay, you're either going to elevate people during this show, as in bring them up a notch, as in make them champ,
and that makes it almost impossible for us
new
to
people
do
showing
this
up as
prediction,
well.
technically, if you really want to have at it.
Well, equal in talent. I mean, they all bring something different to the table. So I wouldn't say that taking one factor and putting them at ringside is going to affect the match. Excuse me. But we have seen a different side of the Rascalz lately. They do seem a little, I mean, it's a little less goofy. They still have a nice bit of comedy in there. Zach Wentz with his hair flips in the last segment. That was absolutely, I damn near pissed myself laughing so hard. He's so sassy, and he wants that championship. It just, oh my God, made me laugh so hard. Mike, your thoughts on this match?
So as far as LAX and the Rascalz go, I think if the rumors are true that they leave, wherever they go, AEW, whatever, I think they're going to be great because they've solidified and signified, them as a team, and they're just amazing at what they do. I think we're going to get a great high-octane aerial assault type of matchup between the two teams. I was actually originally going to go with a title change here with the Rascalz, and that's my original pick, and I'm going to still go with that because I think it's the time for the Rascalz. They've shown themselves. I'll be honest with you, J-Bone, I won't be mad if LAX retains either because I'm just looking forward to just an amazing match between the two teams. But if I had to pick, I'll go Rascalz.
I hear you there.
Now, I've found ever since Desmond Xavier brought in the Rascalz, they've been really booked strongly. I am totally in fully agreement with you guys. Yeah, simple as that.
You think the Rascalz are going to take this one, eh?
I won't be too happy.
That's all you got. All right.
I'm not feeling the Rascalz, boys. I like Desmond Xavier, but I'm just not feeling them.
Not feeling Trey or Zach, Andre?
There's something about the trio that I don't like. I can't even put my finger on it, but I'm not enjoying them outside of Desmond Xavier, who's a thoroughbred. He's a thoroughbred.
Interesting.
I'd have to agree with that. I'm sorry, Jay, I was going to have to agree with Andre on that, as watching Desmond as do his solo stuff in the X division. Yes.
This annoys me. This annoys me. Like, what the hell does it even mean?
It's from the Little Rascals, Andre. Little Rascals.
Yeah, they did this back in the old black and white show.
If you will. Yeah, that's how they greet each other in the Little Rascals.
Oh, it's how they greet each other.
I think the way they portray stoners is very stereotypical. I think they act a little too dumb and naive and ignorant. And I understand it's part of the shtick, but it's generally a wrestling shtick that I've never really liked. So I'm going to be disappointed watching the titles change hands here. But I'm going to agree with Larkin. This is going to be a great aerialistic-based match. And the fans are going to be on their feet from bell to bell. But I'm not going to be too happy about the new champions. That's just me being straight honest with you guys. There's something about the Rascals that I do not like.
And that's all right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't make everyone, you try to, put your stick over and build a fan base and entertain, the masses. And hey, that's cool, to each their own. And it's all right. It's like I like Joey Ryan. It's all good,
Yep. Wrestling's subjective, and that's one of the best things about the sport. Is that you can cheer for or boo whoever you want, right?
Exactly. So I'm going to pick the Rascals in this one too. I see a bit of a meaner and hungrier Rascals on deck a little. I mean, I also enjoy the goofy side. And I'm a big fan of that 70s show, and that's what it's based off of. That's right. Wisconsin rocks. Oh no, wait, is it Cleveland? Whatever. So yeah. But yeah, and no matter what happens with LAX, if they stay, they stay. But I feel like 2 years they've done everything they can to elevate this tag team division, and it's kind of like a territory feeling as well. It's like you've done everything you can. If it's time to move on, it's time to move on. Yeah, and I don't care where they go. I mean, and before I know so many people are like, no, don't go to WWE. They'll destroy you.
Me too.
I know a lot of Impact Wrestling fans tuning in are going to
be great there as well.
We are highlighting that, but I think they're versatile enough to really make it in every different promotion around the world. And now the Japan Strong style would break those two guys down really fast. They could do the style, but it would break them down. But I think they're versatile enough to be a success in any environment.
I'll add on.
Yeah, and you got to get it from their point of view.
I was just going to add on to Andre. I mean, you look at what we got in NXT. Like, they wanted to wrestle the Street Profits. I think they were originally supposed to have a matchup or be involved with the Street Profits at an Evolve show. I mean, if they go to NXT, they could do that. There's a lot of teams there. They can intertwine with the NXT UK roster. I mean, look at AEW. You got SoCal Uncensored. You got the Best Friends. You got tag teams on the come up there. So I think wherever they go, I think they're going to be successful. I mean, they're just that good. They can work with whoever.
Tell you something though, from what I saw this week, on Raw regarding the Street Profits.
Oh yeah,
I don't like them already.
Well, it's like Crime Time 2.0, Andre. That 2.0.
Just bring in some brothers that don't shuck and jive. Quit the stereotyping. Like, that's what I love about Bobby Lashley still, even though I've lost a lot of my fanfare for him, is he doesn't shuck and jive. Vince McMahon makes all the brothers and sisters shuck and jive, and it makes me want to smash my face through the screen because I'm sorry, Vince McMahon, but the African-American culture is a lot deeper than shucking and jiving, you ignorant something.
Yeah, I agree. And he's also killing Raw with 1 and 2 minute matches. He's completely destroyed the prospect of professional wrestling on his show. It's not WWE anymore. It's next. we got all right. So we covered the tag team match. Next, this one also has a potential to be match of the night. It's gonna be so much action. It's gonna be just
or a train
ridiculous.
wreck, Jay. Or a train wreck. I'm looking at this, and whoa, this is gonna be crazy.
This too, I'm really looking forward to this one. We got a Monsters Ball, which has been one of the infamous matches in TNA leading up to Impact Wrestling now, which always brings a new level of violence among whoever is involved. Now, this is the third, if I'm correct, women's Monsters Ball. There's only been 2 others, which I'm going to, before this weekend, do myself a favor, go on to remember them.
Classic plug.
There you go, Impact Plus. Pay me. No, I'm kidding. But we've got Taya defending her Knockouts Championship. We're Loca versus Rosemary versus Su Yung. And last but certainly not least, new to the Knockouts division, Jessica Havoc. Andre, let's start with you. What do you think, man?
Well, this is the perfect environment to protect Taya Valkyrie and get the title off of her. She doesn't even have to be pinned, technically. And they can put the title on Jessica Havoc right away and make this return mean as much as it possibly can. So Jessica Havoc is your new Knockouts champion come the end of Slammiversary in Texas.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting pick there, Andre. Michael, what do you think, man?
He's frozen.
Michael?
He's frozen.
Oh, no. Michael!
Either that or he's trolling. I'm seeing if he's blinking. Lost him.
I don't know.
Maybe he went to the bathroom. All right. Well, yeah, that's just.
All right. Well, while we're waiting for him, I'll give my little discussion on him. Yeah, I mean he's still in the call. All right. I
don't think putting the title on Rosemary is a great idea. I'd like to see her have a long, slow walk back to Knockouts Championship title prominence. So she doesn't need the title now or for a while even. Yeah, Jessica Havoc, if they want this new arrival, which is still fresh, to really mean a lot, give her the Knockouts Championship title. And wouldn't it be great having Father James Mitchell have a Knockouts champion under his tutelage?
Yeah, this is true. I mean, he has yeah, he just dropped out of the call. I don't know what happened. Well, he's got the link, so hopefully he'll check back in. But I know he also had other stuff he had to do, so I'm not sure what time frame he was actually looking at.
So who do you think is going to walk away here as the Knockouts champion? Is it going to be a new champion?
This is and I kind of felt just the opposite. That would have been an easy way to keep the Knockouts championship on Taya with all the chaos, even though her odds are not very good at all. Because I know they're going to be building up to stuff with Tessa in the soon to near future. They've got now they're not wrestling at Triple Mania like I thought they were going to.
Oh no?
No, that card just came out today and I looked at it. And it looks pretty good. I don't know half the people on there because I'm not super familiar, but I recognize most of the names. What's interesting is there's a lot of AEW names on that card. So, yeah, I don't know how much longer Impact and AAA are going to be working working together. Mike, you back?
I think the same thing can be said regarding Japan and Ring of Honor.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
You're gonna have to make a choice. There he is.
Sorry about that. I'm back. So, Taya, Su Yung, Jessica Havoc, and Rosemary. For me, I'm looking forward to the match of like all 4 of these ladies, but I also noted that Rosemary was saying, like, if Taya wanted Rosemary's help, she said, if we help you retain the Knockouts title, and we'll do you a favor. So I can either see Taya retaining or Rosemary winning. All in all, I'm looking forward to a hell of a match between these 4 ladies. I remember watching the first one with Taylor Wilde and Daphne in the Monsters Ball. So I got to go with Taya Valkyrie, La Huera Loca, to retain.
I miss Taylor Wilde. I really
Me
liked
too.
her. I really liked her sudden style. She's very explosive. I really liked her.
Me too.
Yeah.
So, Jay, none of us had the same prediction on that match, so that was cool.
All right.
Yes, that's refreshing.
Yes. Legend versus future legend.
I don't know what's going on with this. It's stuck on Andre now. I'm trying to fix it so it goes back and forth. I don't know why it's.
So we only have 3 more matches at Slammiversary announced. Wrestling fans, I assume that we are going to have 8 matches when it's all said and done. Expect something to be added the last day or whatnot. But regarding the predictions, we're down to 3 more as Moose takes on ECW legend Rob Van Dam. And is Moose going to become the ECW legend killer?
It might be the new effing show. Just toss Jerry Lynn out the window. Make him the new Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, honestly, I gotta go with Moose on this one. I like this one, and don't get me wrong, I love RVD. I feel like he has brought some level of entertainment and a decent wrestling ability to the brand. And I know some may disagree with me, and that's fine.
No.
Yeah, and I haven't been super excited about it, but it's, what he's brought with Sam has been okay. And Sandman's been fun for a couple.
He's one of those guys
too, so.
Just won't go away.
Exactly.
I've never been a Sandman fan. I'm sorry. Never been a Sandman fan.
Okay, so I look at it like
Mike,
this.
Who's your pick
I think it'd be great for Moose to get the win over the legend that is Rob Van Dam. But I also see it as Rob Van Dam just came back. This is his first pay-per-view in how many years with that company. So I kind of got to go with RVD winning it. And I want to see Moose win, but I could see the whole effing show getting the dub. I got to go Rob Van Dam. And I like Moose because he makes me laugh. He's got the suits. He's a former football player. Kind of reminds me of a heel alpha male Monty Brown back in the day. So, dude, I got to go. I like Moose, but I got to go with the legend, RVD, in this. I'm happy either way because I think they're both going to tear it up.
When I interviewed Moose, I had the pleasure interviewing him around 2 months ago. That, Michael, is basically what I told him. I told him in my mind he's become wrestling's best troll.
Mm-hmm.
And I like what Moose is doing. Oh, I was going to say Moose, but Michael, you got me thinking. And you make a lot of sense regarding the return to pay-per-view for RVD. I'm still going to go with Moose. You almost had me, though, Mr. Larkin. You almost had me.
Well, it's a big weekend for RVD. He's fighting Moose at the pay-per-view and a bash at the brewery. He's fighting Sami Callihan, so he's got a big weekend ahead of him.
Yeah, absolutely.
RVD, for some has been a refreshing, look at the old school and bringing some of those guys back and putting a little more spotlight on guys like Tommy Dreamer and such. And it could be his last run.
Oh, it is his last
run. Never know.
You could see he's slowed down. He still has it. You still got it. You still got it. But you can see he's slowed down, and this is his twilight of his career. It's easy to see.
Oh yeah, and he's almost fit.
Yeah,
he's almost
even his face looks tired.
Yeah. Yeah, and Moose has been gold as a heel, whether with the North or not. I feel like he's just elevated his talent ever since his unfortunate loss to Austin Aries. I'll say that his switch from babyface to heel, in my opinion, has been gold.
Regardless,
And I feel like you just gotta give it to him, you know. So yeah, I gotta give it.
Thing
to
is,
Moose,
regarding this
definitely.
match, guys, are we going to have the North coming in and trying to interfere? And are we going to have ECW legends running in and out? Are we going to see like chaos outside the ring throughout this match? I think that's a very credible possibility.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah, that's a good question.
If they want to, go back to the storyline with the North and the ECW legends, and all ego Ethan Page running his mouth. So I mean, why not?
It'd be a good way to keep the North relevant too, as well.
Absolutely.
They could throw the kitchen sink at Moose. Yeah, who knows?
Me too. I think they're a great talent.
Oh, Josh Alexander is very new, to my eyes as a wrestling fan, but I've heard a lot about him. And if Page, who I've been a fan of over the last in about 2.5 years, quickly becoming one of my favorites in the world of professional wrestling. If he's picked Josh to be his tag team partner, and they've tagged before, from what I've heard, up in Canada, then hey, then I'm all in as well. But as far as this match, I think we got to go.
You know who they remind me of? The North, a cross between the Varsity Club and the Steiner Brothers, a mix of both tag teams, and that's what I see in the North.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Don Callis said, what did he Impact? It reminds me
the
Brain Busters. Totally an Arn. Yeah. And I can kind of see that. It makes me want to go pull out the old Heenan tapes. But yeah, let's keep going here. I know we're on a bit of a time thing.
Yeah,
here.
I'm good.
You got enough time to cover the last two, Mike? Okay, just making sure. All right, so next we've got the X Division Championship match. One of my favorites, Johnny Impact. Mike, your thoughts?
Andre telling us to welcome to the party, man. Lose it all.
And my baby, she's got a mud mask on her face right now.
You're scaring her away, Andre. You're scaring her away.
Stay away from me, babe. Stay away from me. Oh my God.
We got a wild Andre on the loose. Oh my goodness.
Phantom of the Opera right there.
Oh my. We have a Darth Vader in the chat. Oh my God. Cue the heavy breathing. From we'll just say parts unknown. So Mike, why don't you kick it off with this one on this division championship match?
So I've been liking Johnny Impact as the heel, telling Johnny Bravo to hold up the X. You know what? I think we're gonna get a good one between these two, because Rich Swann is absolutely amazing. Johnny Impact has shown what he's done, so I can actually see a title change here and have Johnny Impact win that X Division Championship. I think Rich Swann has had a great feud with Sami Callihan. He's had a lot of great matches. The match with Big Mike on Impact, him and Willie Mack as a team. The sky's the limit for Rich Swann. Same with Johnny Impact. But if I had to pick, I'm going to go Johnny Impact for the new X Division champion.
Interesting. Very interesting. Andre?
I agree with every word Michael just said, and I see a new X Division champion. Rich Swann has been the champion and had a lengthy, meaningful title run. It's time to drop the title, and keep Johnny relevant. He was just the Impact World Champion a short time ago. They don't need him to fall so far down the card. So putting some gold around, or in this case, some silver around his waist is a very smart move. And I think we're going to have the mayor of Slamtown as your brand new X Division champion of the world.
And I'd just like to add, the reason I also picked Ty in that is because Ty and Johnny were the Knockouts and World Champions. So I'm thinking, why not have Johnny as the X Division champion, Ty as the Knockouts champ?
Michael, that didn't move the needle as much as
I agree.
That they were expecting or hoping.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it was just cool to see them actually projected as a couple, because when they both came in to the company ago or whatever it was, a year and a half, they were nowhere near each other.
Right.
They were not put together at all. Yeah. Ta was the whatever they call her.
Valhalla, yep.
The queen, the Lucha Queen, or whatever the
Queen of Valhalla.
Lucha Queen. Yeah, there you go.
So Jay.
Yes. And now she's a little back to her
origins. Are we going to end up
origins.
with a new X Division champion, Jay? Oh.
I don't think so. I think Rich is going to hang on to it.
Do I have to do that dance again? The Rich Swan dance I tried to do. That's what I was going for.
I love Rich Swan.
That's what I said. Andre was welcoming us to the party, J-Bone. Welcome to the party. Leave it all.
I've got him around here somewhere. That's one thing you don't have is, damn it. Now I'm missing it. Where the hell are they? I've got him somewhere in my.
What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing, Jay?
I'm looking for these, man.
Are those the ones that light up?
No, these are like the kinds you get from the eye doctor when you get drops in your eyes and you got to block the sun because, your pupils are
Hillary
like
Clinton
this big,
shades.
It's...
Hillary Clinton.
Oh, dear God. I don't get that joke. I don't understand it.
I don't know. If you don't get it, I'm not even going to go there.
That's my box of shit over here. All right. Anyways, but yeah, I think Rich Swan. I'll tell you why. Because main reason is I would love to see, because they're kind of elevating Ace Austin right now. He's red hot, even with a loss to TJ Perkins.
It was a mistake.
Yeah, but they're gonna get the rubber match in a couple days. So let's see what happens.
And I actually, I just want to
mistake. Because I want to see Rich.
Sure, I just wanted to add because I look at Ace Austin too, like he's a newcomer, he's up and coming with that, and I agree with Andre. I wasn't a fan too much of TJP just coming back. Oh, detonation kick 1, 2, 3. Here's Ace Austin's first loss, and yes, I know they're doing the rubber match, but still, I thought it was too early for the Ace Austin streak to just like that.
And to piss it away to TJP, a returning star that didn't even get a pop.
Yep, pretty much.
Didn't even get a pop.
Yeah, and I don't get that. I mean, fan base by going there too. So I don't understand. I don't understand why he didn't get a pop.
I think he's a great wrestler. I think he's a great wrestler, but I think the person TJP, I think, is trouble for Impact Wrestling.
Very interesting.
All you have to do is follow his Twitter. And you realize that this guy is trouble.
Not EC3 trouble?
What?
That EC3 trouble. Trouble.
No.
A different kind of trouble. All right, well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, because right now, as far as we know, TJP is not signed. I've also heard a rumor, and we'll get back to the last match here in a second. I've heard a rumor. Someone put it on it was a Facebook Impact page. I'm not calling this guy a liar. I'm just saying it hasn't been confirmed by anyone as far as I know. Someone said that TJP has an open challenge at Slammiversary. Now, I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I haven't seen it, put out there from the company or TJ or even TJP. So we'll see. We'll see if he gets a match at Slammiversary. I don't know. That might be his little welcome back if he wants to re-sign with the company. We'll see. But yeah, because I want to see Rich Swann versus Ace Austin.
I just wanted to say, if they do have another match, I could possibly see maybe something with the now heel Kiera Hogan versus Jordan Grace if they go in that direction.
They could use another woman. Well, no.
Yeah, they got already 2 women's matches though.
They got enough on this card.
Okay.
No, they only got.
Yeah.
They only got.
I realized what I said.
Okay, the intergender, yeah.
And I think 8 matches is the perfect card. I think 8 matches is the perfect card. Anything more than that becomes a chore.
Mm-hmm.
A fight, not knocking the company. If you don't want a 5-hour Wrestle Kingdom, oh God, it's so hard.
I showed up Friday. I showed up Friday at RCW for work to do commentary and filming. 5 minutes before the show started, I get called up to the promoter's office, and he's like, "Andre, can you do ring announcing for us? The ring announcer's not here." I'm like, "You got to be kidding me! How am I going to film commentary, do ring announcing, and make that work getting in and out of the ring?" So he supplied me his son to hold the camera while I was doing the ring announcing, and then I'd come through, grab the camera, and start doing commentary. 8 matches was the card, and come the end, I was so blown up. Throbbing headache. You're just yelling so much for 3 hours straight. Like closest thing to a migraine headache I think I've ever had.
Oh,
yeah, that's crazy. That's a long night. Yeah. It's like an MLW taping, they take 4 hours and dice it up into 1 hour episodes. Yeah, I was at the Milwaukee show for over 4 hours. That was crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. So, all right, going into this last one, the Impact Championship match, Brian Cage, the effing Machine, defending his championship against newcomer to this brand, an ass kicker and putter of people in hospitals, if you will, Michael Elgin.
Ladies and gentlemen,
your thoughts on this?
We are going to have a new world heavyweight champion at the Slammiversary as Unbreakable. Michael Elgin ends the reign prematurely of the Machine, Brian Cage. And why am I saying that, wrestling fans? I kept contact with Brian during his injury and was honestly told the gist of his injuries, and it's a number of them. And you factor in the fact that the president of the company sat bedside all night with Brian Cage when he was injured. Be smart to give the champion Brian Cage a little bit of a rest to recoup and come back 100%. Otherwise, if they don't, they're no better than Vince McMahon overworking his talents 300 plus days of the year. And this is a company that has taken pride in not overworking the wrestlers in that, and having pride in the TV taping blocks, ultimately making their wrestlers healthier longer. So I think if they don't take the title off of Brian Cage, they're doing a disservice to Brian Cage. And he can always win the title when he comes back and have that lengthy, meaningful Impact Wrestling World title reign that he was meant to have. But this injury railroaded everything. So Michael Elgin is your brand new Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion at Slammiversary 2019 in Texas.
Okay, so I was going to say what the severity of the injury is, but Andre, you said it pretty much spot on in your sentiments. I'm No, you're fine. I can answer that.
You know what?
I'm gonna good.
Go ahead, and I'll prep it up for when you're done talking.
Okay. So I've seen Michael Elgin, Ring of Honor, New Japan, has matches with Hiroki Goto and New Japan, Ring of Honor, the whole nine. I'm happy. I think he's a great athlete. Him and Brian Cage are both big dudes, but they can move like freight trains, and they're absolutely amazing at what they do. And I think we're in for a special main event. But I too was going to go with Michael Elgin. I mean, punching Don Callis, going at with Cage, what we saw in Impact, I thought was cool. Just ripping that neck brace off and going at it. I was gonna say it was probably too soon for Cage, but then I'm like, wait a minute, let's know the severity of the injury. So that's why I'm kind of like, yeah, they'll probably take it off of Brian Cage, like Andre said, and give it to Michael Elgin. So I got to go Big Mike to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Oh, I don't have my Wi-Fi on. Just a second, everybody.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Connected.
Yeah, I'm here.
Error playing audio.
Not tailbone. Wish it was just my tailbone. I've done that before. It's my actual spine, my SI joint, sciatica, hip. It all got crushed. It's all fucked.
So that's
man.
That's why you guys
damn.
have my prediction. I'm friends with Brian. I know how messed up he is. And like I said, if this company appreciates their talents like I believe they do and their well-being, they will take the title off of Brian.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. I didn't know all that, but here's my thoughts on it. The injury was almost a blessing in disguise for Michael Elgin's character. Brian Cage aside, if you look at Michael Elgin's character and he's thrown right into this, and some people disagreed with, you shouldn't have thrown him right in the title chase. But while Brian Cage has been gone, they've done nothing but build up his character properly, and he's destroyed everyone week after week after week. Everyone who's come in his path, he's either put in the hospital or, just destroyed in the ring on camera. So, not having them do the championship match right away in some ways has really helped Michael Elgin, Cage, being on top of this brand. I gotta agree with you guys, because I know since day one of Brian Cage coming in, he's had little tweaks, little injuries, he's been hurt. He's been hurt, and I'm glad he's well enough to come back for this match. But I think with the build up you have been doing for Michael Elgin, in my opinion, it only makes sense for them to, for Michael Elgin to take the championship and have, the summer of just unstoppable wreckage of Michael Elgin. And I've been impressed with him too, I mean, I haven't seen him. I know he's done great things in New Japan. I just haven't watched it. And I was a big fan of his in Ring of Honor. So I know his talents are there as far as, and he can cut a promo if he keeps it simple. He's not going to sit there and cut 20-minute promo in the ring or nothing. But he's just amazing in the ring. And this inclusion of him in the Impact Wrestling roster has just been...
He's the perfect anti-Brian Cage.
So, yeah.
He can do the flips. He can do the aerialistics. He's agile. He's strong. He's well-schooled in his moveset, psychology, all of that stuff. So I want to point something out, Jay. The people complaining or bitching regarding how fast Michael Elgin was thrust into the main title picture, we're all celebrating Jon Moxley's first match in New Japan becoming the U.S. champion. They were all celebrating that. So I think fine job building him up. Putting him into the title scene right away wasn't a mistake. And I think he's a formidable champion, holdover champion, until the time is right for Brian to come back in and pick up where he left off.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. Mike, any last minute thoughts on this card in general leading into this weekend?
Sure. I think every guy and gal on that card is going to work hard, and they're going to kick ass and take names in Dallas, Texas. I mean, from the first blood match to the Monsters Ball to the intergender match to the tag match, I think every match has a story to it, and I think we're going to see all those stories unfold this Sunday at Slammiversary. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's one thing I got to say is this card is well-rounded. You got a little bit of everything, which is nice to see. Andre, any final thoughts on this? Uh-oh. Did we lose Andre?
My camera on? Yeah.
There we go.
You guys can hear me and everything like that?
Yep.
All I got to say, wrestling fans, is everything is bigger in the Lone Star State of Texas, and that's not going to be any different for Impact Wrestling Slammiversary 2017 as the company celebrates 17 years of ups, downs, but more importantly, continuous wrestling product for us fans that want something else outside of Stamford, Connecticut. I want to thank Jay Bone and I want to thank Michael Larkin for including Andre Corbeil, the founder of WrestlingWithWrestling.com, on this Impact Wrestling Slammiversary show. Can I mention the channel there, bro?
Yes, put all your plugs in there, yes.
YouTube channel is still up as we speak. I have 3 strikes. It's on the verge of termination. I've appealed to them. AEW didn't accept my appeal. So it all comes down to Ring of Honor, whether I lose the channel or not. But it's still up. They said that it was going to be most likely terminated on July 3rd, which is today. So the last 3 days I've been burning over 2,000 videos. It's been crazy. So if you're subscribed to my main channel, please subscribe to Wrestling with Wrestling. One word, Wrestling with Wrestling on YouTube. And let's get that channel some subscribers. Only has 300 subscribers, bro.
Yeah, and head over to the website too. We're trying to build that up as well. So yeah, we'll have some wrestling content on there. You get a little bit of everything from around the globe, which is nice. Mike, why don't you plug all your stuff, man?
All right. You could check me out on Twitter at SMShow1 or at MCL92. That are my show and personal pages. I'll talk to you. I'm very easy. Just tweet at me and I'll gladly interact with you. You guys can check out the website. It's www.steveandmikeshow.com, where it's nothing but myself and my co-host Steve Nicofora. We talk everything and anything from pop culture, wrestling, music, movies, what have you. It's a lot of fun there. And I also recently just did a Lingerie Fighting Championship. You can check them out on Twitter at Lingerie. Yes, thank you. So you can check out the official podcast, Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, that I host, which I got that name because it's the 3 key elements that make up women all in all, beauty, strength, and dominance. And you can check that podcast out on Stitcher, Anchor, SoundCloud, Spotify, Pocket Cast, wherever you get your podcasting needs. So I'm very happy with that venture, and just be on the lookout because I'm all over the place. And the Bodega
there
Wrestling.
You go.
Thank you.
Yes, that's where I saw you initially, was the Bodega podcast.
Thank you. Yes. So, and please follow the Bodega.
Who's that? Yeah, they're on YouTube and all over social media as well.
Mm-hmm. It's myself, Jorge, the guys, Chef. I mean, we're killing it. We love what we do.
How you doing, George?
And Robert Does Wrestling just came in the chat. Speaking of the Bodega podcast,
I've been wondering where the hell he is. He just disappeared. Like Kaiser Soze.
He is there. He is there.
What's up?
Better late than ever. I want to thank everyone for hopping in the chat, blowing it up. Much appreciated, all the viewers. Guys, this is going to be a great show. Impact Wrestling has a tremendous weekend ahead of them, and I see all positive things going forward for these guys. I think they got some big announcements coming up, hopefully sooner than later. And that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much, Andre, for joining, and thank you so much, Michael, for joining. And yeah, that's pretty much do it for the week for me. I got a lot of stuff going on this weekend. I'm unfortunately going to miss the other 2 Impact shows. I'm going to have to watch live and hopefully doing a review right afterwards. So, and don't forget, folks, to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications so that you know when more of my content hits your screen. Are you laughing, Andre?
One
It's
of
my
these days, you're
stick.
going to smash your camera screen with all those gold rings. Smash! Oh,
I'm gonna
Don't eat Tide Pods,
smash it.
don't eat Tide Pods. That's the message.
Yeah, for all the youngsters out there, because I got nothing. All right, good night, folks. Thank you so much. Much love. Have a tremendous weekend. Be safe on the 4th of July as well.
Take care.
Thank you.